Juggalo. That's what you get for listening to Riff Raff, bitch. That's fucking, you can tiptoe in your Jordans onto another dating app, sir, and maybe you'll have better luck. Bruce Kettle, I've got one question for you guys. Are you ready for your headliner? Yeah. Bruce Kettle, are you ready for your headliner? Give it up for the wonderful Jessa Blake!
Beautiful. I bankrupted a Joann's to make this son of a bitch. I'm the reason there should be like paper, like certifications for a hot glue gun.
I thought it was like nice form the way you're rolling that up.
I'm a farm girl. I have an unreasonable amount of upper body strength. Can I get a big ol' hell yeah?
Hell yeah!
All right, my name is Jessa Blake. It's just Jessica without the ick. My parents were 17 when that happened, so it was probably just misspelled. Welcome to my favorite, trauma dumping, or as it's advertised, stand-up comedy. Sometimes people laugh, sometimes I'm asked to leave the premises, so we're just going to see how tonight goes. I came back to comedy because my therapist told me to. How bad is your insurance when they're like, no, we can't handle any of this shit? You need to go to a room full of delinquents and talk about your shit. Like, this is not covered under Blue Cross Blue Shield whatsoever. We're here for happy families. We were not built for any of this. I was having my therapy on Zoom, and we had a little Zoom conversation, right? And like I'd been to work that day, and I got fired last week. So I'd gone into work, I answered my 7 questions, and I started in on my day one. And I was told that I couldn't drink my day one during my therapy session. I was like, ma'am, you were in my house. You were in my house. But I did get fired last week. My last day at work is 5/31, and I've not handled it well whatsoever. And I've decided I don't want to die, I just want to fight the devil because I got some things to say. You know what I'm saying? I put on Facebook that I need to be comforted southernly. And one of my buddies like, girl, if I was around, I'd give you a hug right now. I was like, it's okay, baby. I went to the ABC store. Store-bought is fine. Store-bought is fine. My boyfriend told me, he goes, well, this will be the opportune moment for you to start an OnlyFans. Woo! You don't have parents. Who cares who sees your butthole? But I work in customer service, and customer service will show you how horrible humanity is. It's like people that, where I work at, we don't sell not one thing you will die without. It's all luxury shit, just furniture and bullshit and kitchen nonsense. There's not one thing, if you don't have it, you will die from. And these people will be like, well, if I don't have this thing, I have company coming over, and, it's going to ruin the night, it's going to ruin my whole life. I've lived in, you need better people around you. I've lived in several apartments where I didn't own a couch and not one motherfucker said a word. They all told me where I could find one on the side of the road. That is real friends. Like, I know a motherfucker with a truck who can help you today. If Cheryl doesn't get her ottoman by the end of the day, it's going to ruin her life. And quite frankly, I think Cheryl had it coming. If that is the worst thing that ever happened to you, I think you needed to be humbled. I think you need some bad shit to happen to you. What? Oh, you're fine. I just think, like, if that's the worst thing that's ever happened to you, you deserve it. Like, have you never been stabbed at a family gathering? Have you never been divorced? Have you never got a parking ticket when you're fucking broke? I think some things need to happen. And people calling like, can you call the FedEx driver and tell me exactly where my package is? Do you think I'm Facebook buds with all the FedEx people? Is that how you think that we communicate? Like, if that's how you think, no, if your package is with FedEx, it's with the Lord now. You need to pray. There's nothing I can do for you. Not a goddamn thing. Not one. But it's just, the economy's getting so bad, you can't even get hand jobs out here these days. And I'm not handing any out until I get a union. And one guy. He's a very handsome man, and like a lot of people know him. And like he was like, Jesse, would you ever get in a threesome? And I was like, baby, I was like, I can't do that with you. I was like, you're going to find out what this mouth do, and then you're going to fall in love with me, and then it's going to be a whole thing. And I can't ruin the expectations of like a zip code of women. Like, I'm doing this for the people. It's what keeps them going. I'm going to have to tell you no. But I've never been good at dirty talk. It's just not something I've ever been good at. The fellow I'm dating currently, we met fucking years ago. And we were at an open mic, and I was doing comedy, and he was a regular person, and I see him at the other end of the bar, and he gives me one of these, you know? So clearly he communicates in tropical bird. And I go over to him, and I'm like, hey, baby, you'll come over to my house and learn something new?
Oh.
So he came over to my house, and he learned how to put on a heating coil on a dryer from 1995. Well, I'm still not good at it. Even after all these years, I'm still shit at, talking to a man. And like now, whenever, we get down to it, I, put a little weed and some booze in me, I turn into a NASCAR interview. It's like, I want you to slide in this pit like a NASCAR winner. When we finish, I just, I shotgun 2 cold Coors Lights. If we're getting kinky, I just, hit him with a Stone Cold Stunner. But we have been arguing recently, and it's hard to argue with a man when you're funny. Because he'll say something that pisses me the fuck off, and I'm like,
I think Zach is just Hebrew for dickhead.
And he calls me a bitch, and it's hard to, like, he's over there giggling like a schoolgirl, and I'm putting it together, and I'm like, you gotta, stop, fucking stop. Take me seriously. I know I'm 5 foot tall, but I will fuck you up from all the way down. I will get my step ladder, and I will beat you to death. But I'm gonna be with that man until he dies. Whether it's Jesus taking him or me. I'm finally at a place where I can talk about my ex-boyfriend without wanting to pipe bomb his car. And by the way, I hated his car. He had this car. Is there any mechanics in here? Anybody? All right, I'll take. All right, so he would only put premium gasoline in this vehicle. Right? And he kept blowing out his manifold gaskets. And he kept saying, but it's a sports car. Sports cars are supposed to have premium gasoline.
It was a 98 Ford Mustang.
It was an automatic with a 4-speed transmission, and I was like, this is bullshit. This is absolute. None of the panels were the same shade of burgundy. And like, I'm all for keeping an old piece of shit on the road all day, every day. I know it. I'm built like a square body S10, and I'm still out here, doing it too. You know what I'm saying? But if you got an old piece of shit, you got to know how to work on an old piece of shit. Otherwise, you're just going to become the mechanic sugar daddy. That's all it's going to happen there. But, I mean, don't get me wrong. He was a beautiful man. Beautiful man. 6'1". He was the kind of man you just wanted to oil up and show off, you know? The kind of brother that didn't know a goddamn thing about plumbing, but he could lay some pipe. My only problem with him was that he was like black light. You know, he looked like Stefan Urkel, but he dressed like Steve. He always had on like a polo shirt and that fleece zipper vest thing. And this man went to private school because he had at least one parent that loved him. And every time we went out and about, it looked like he was taking his lesbian out for a walk. He had a buddy who always wanted to go to titty bars. And I don't care. And like his wife wouldn't let him go to titty bars. He goes, hey, you think we can talk Jess into letting us go to a titty bar?
Oh, no, I know that.
And my only rule is if a man of mine wants to go to a titty bar, is I just need you to tell me which one you're going to. I just need to confirm I don't have a relative working there. I don't care if you see titties. He tips like it's 1946. He's not paying off Lexuses or titties or nothing. He's not getting very far. They're going to see that multicolored, like different colored burgundy Mustang. Like, nah, well, fuck this. Like, this is like 2 steps up from a Sentra. Like, I can do better than this. So I wasn't worried about that. He's not going to get far. But I just want to know, I don't care if you see titties, I just don't want them to be relatives' titties. And I think that's fair. And quite frankly, I'm doing him a favor. If he comes back to my house, describing Mom and Gwen to me, 1, we're fighting. 2, I know she's got C-section scars and stab wounds. Like, you're going to be traumatized. And she will steal your wallet. She will. She knows how to cut off a catalytic converter. So, I mean, you're going to be fucked. So, I'm helping him out. He was convinced that all of my back problems were because I didn't have a bra that fit me. And mind you, I've taken Trig 2 and I still don't understand titty algebra. I don't know what's supposed to be happening up here. All I know is there needs to be like scaffolding and possibly Bondo to hold these motherfuckers up, right? So he thought, like, forget the 30-odd plus bones I've broken, all the times I've been thrown through walls, car wrecks I've been in, the time I was shot, none of that mattered. It was because my titties were not in their assigned seats is why I have all of my pain all the time. So he goes, girl, we're going to go to get you a real bra that fits you. I'm like, all right, cheap ass, let's go do it. So he takes me to Victoria's Secret. And they tell me, you're a 34B. I'm like, you're a liar. So we go to a place that specializes in titties, like something like was rough to it, like something with masonry, involved. And and they're like, you're a 38 double D. Okay, that's a little closer. That makes a little bit more sense. Okay, I'll take that. So I pick out a bra that's, lower on the titty call spectrum, right? And he goes, I'm going to pay for it. I was like, all right, cheap ass, you go right on ahead. He goes, it can't be that much, 30, 40 bucks. It came out to $97. Man passed out, I left him there. A lot of people ask me, Jessa, what's the hardest part about being in an interracial relationship? And I don't care about the old blue hairs when they make a dirty looks at me at the grocery store. All mothballs can go get fucked. I don't give a shit. That don't faze me at all. The part that got to me the most was if I got sick and I told this man I needed orange juice and like cough syrup, convincing this man that Tampico is not real orange juice was the bane of my existence for like 3 years. And the other thing which was difficult for dating someone, a black man, was like, I'm a very pale person. I've been informed of what I look like. I look like I'm over here holding Christmas photos. I look like I came out the service just da-da-da-da. I'm aware. So, like, if we made out and my makeup got on him, he'd leave the session looking like Violent J from ICP. But I started doing comedy because my ex-husband told me I couldn't. So, fuck that guy, right?
Fuck that guy.
So, once he found out I was out here slinging giggles, he tells me, hey, don't be making no dick jokes about me. I was like, my brother, you ain't got not one motherfucking thing to worry about. You didn't give me enough material. But my husband was so white that his back only had hair around the edges. So I told everybody he was so white his back looked like loaf bread. Before you get married, I had that grandma talk, where she's telling me all the things I'm supposed to do and the classic thing, what you're supposed to do when you get married. While she's flipping through pictures of when she married my grandpa, who was her first husband, and she's in a blue dress, and she's telling me I shouldn't get married in a white dress because I'm not a virgin. So I asked her, I was like, how many guys you got to fuck to get to blue? That was the second hardest that woman ever hit me. Totally worth it. I would do that again. Absolutely. So, but I mean, I do feral shit all the time, right? I think we've known each other long enough. You're like, that bitch is crazy, man. You know, she'll take the distributor crap off my car here. But like, I think I get it honest because like growing up, I was sent to be babysat by my great grandma, who had a pet bobcat named Tom Tom. So if she didn't want a toddler cramping her style, she would leave me on the porch with a bag of Cheetos and Tom Tom. So I grew up as an apex predator as my babysitter. Let's see. With everything that's been going on with me losing my job and everything, I'm about to do some heinous shit out here for some money, and I'm contemplating becoming a stripper, and I think it'll work out for me and the club because as pale as I am, put a black light on me, I can make that bitch glow. Woo! They can write my ass off on taxes as being eco-friendly. The hardest part about being a stripper for me would be finding shoes that fit, because I wear some size 3 in kids. So I'll need like some 9-inch Doras or some 10-inch Pokemons, because I'm going to be catching all them singles. And I know I'm a big bitch. Biscuits and gravy did not miss me. But, I could always go work at Claremont. Has anybody ever heard of Claremont? That is where strippers go to die. It's the stripper retirement plan, if you will. You go there, you're going to wake up to 2 fat bitches making you eggs. I did do stand-up comedy and burlesque for a while. And I was on this Tits and Giggles. Yeah, I did burlesque and comedy at the same time. My burlesque name was Vesper Devana. Vespers are the last rites in Catholicism. Devana is Elvira's mother's name, so kind of morbid sexy, what I was going for, right? I had that name for a few months. I traveled, did some shows, had some fun, until I realized my initials were VD. So my performances are contagious. All right, that's my time, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful night.
K-Vegas, did y'all have fun tonight? Yes, sir. Hell yeah, K-Vegas, did y'all have fun tonight? Yes, sir. Fuck yeah, we do this every week, guys. Sidewalk Crew hosts this thing every week. Do me a favor and one thing real quick, if I can ask you one thing. Give it up for Michelle and Alex and everybody here at Burrs Keller that lets us do this shit every week. This is an awesome place, man. We've been doing this for 4 years here now, and just like Diddy, can't stop, won't stop, baby. Because I'm definitely getting brought up on charges next year, like for something, that's for sure. Just so you guys know, this weekend, if you want to check out a fun show, I run this thing called Great Gables. We do it in Summerfield. It's a great time. Brendan Crozier's hosting this weekend, and our headliner is going to be the amazing Ben Jones. JT Cole's on that, Ryan Bender's on that, Ethan Justice on that. It's going to be a fantastic show. Tickets available online. Grab tickets to that. It's a great thing. If you've never seen it, I'd love for you to come and catch it at one time. Also, we've got a bunch of shows coming up. There's a bunch of comics that you can see at the Ultimate Comic Competition that's coming up at the Idiot Box. A lot of your favorite comics. There's almost 100 comics that are going together head-to-head for $2,000. You can come and vote for your favorite comics and have a good time out there. And NC Comedy Fest is